Hello there, and welcome back to Fallout 4. Last time, you can see right there, we've got only about an hour in the game, and that was basically just the opening. To summarize everything, we are from pre-war, then the war happened, bombs dropped, Boston, which is where this game is set, where we were living, got destroyed by the nuclear bomb, and here we are. Yeah, so this is our first exposure to, well, what used to be our home. And everything is dead and destroyed. So, time to start exploring. Yeah, let's just see if there's anything to loot here about. I believe we can also... No? Isn't there... There it is. So if we ever do want to go back down to Vault 111, we can press that button. We won't be needing to go back for quite some time. Stim pack and Radaway, some Radex. I can't remember off the top of my head what either of those do. Nope. There's some Nuka-Cola though, I'll take that. So yeah, this Fallout 4 has some interesting changes. Some of them good, some of them bad. One of the most imminent changes that the game made was that we can see right here is that they completely changed the looting system. So in Skyrim, you know how every single desk fan, how every single little thing you wanted to loot had to be specifically like, you know, you have to open each container, close each container. It became quite a hassle. This game streamlines that, so you don't have to do that. You can if you want to. Oh, and also here's a switchblade if any melee characters are interested. But yeah, you can if you want to. Just hit the transfer button. But for the most part, yeah, you just hover over something and then you take it. Dialogue got incredibly watered down to only having 4 dialogue options, but that was also, I don't think it was something that they did because that's just what they wanted to do for the game. I think that's something that they did because their priority was having a voice-acted main character, and they didn't want to have to pay to the voice actor to voice all those lines. Because historically speaking, Bethesda has a bit of an interesting relationship with voice actors. Like, they've got some voice actors that'll basically just voice every NPC, and then they'll pull a few like celebrity voice actors to just do a few lines for a very significant character. Here we have, you know, 2 main paid voice actors to voice the male and female main characters. And other than that, we've also got other people. Also, welcome to Sanctuary. So yeah, anyway, this is Sanctuary. This is where we used to live. And everything is dead. Damn. Well, oh, who is that in the background though? Is that our good pal Codsworth?
As I live and breathe.
You don't do either of those things.
It's really you.
Codsworth, you're still here. So other people could still be alive too.
Well, of course I'm still here. Surely you don't think a little radiation could deter the pride of General Atomics International? But you seem the worse for wear. Best not let the hubby see you in that state, huh? Where is Sir, by the way?
They killed him.
Oh, Mum, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Oh, Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Sean's been kidnapped. But I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna get my baby back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
200 years? What? Are you sure?
A bit over 210, actually, Mum. Give or take a little for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack. You must be famished.
Codsworth, you're acting a little weird. What's wrong?
Mum, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Oh, nothing. And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car, how do you polish rust?
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, Mum. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe Sir was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
Thank you, Codsworth.
You're welcome. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? Sir and young Sean may turn up yet.
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, Mum.
So, yeah, here we've got basically Codsworth has been suffering for many years, about 2 centuries, believing everyone to be dead, and he's been just kind of following his programming, you know? He's been trying to, like, you know, clean and stuff, and there's not much you can do, buddy. Also, that speech check. So keep in mind our character's stats We have a 1 in charisma, and that was a very easy speech check, but it's not a guarantee. I have at least once, I believe, failed that speech check with a 1 charisma character. So there's like but I think it's a very tiny % chance that you can fail it. You're pretty much guaranteed success. Anyway, let's continue and follow Codsworth, because he surely knows what he's doing. Yeah, also I'm gonna be mixing up the VATS buttons here because they completely changed which button VATS works on. Yeah, they completely changed that in this game.
Sean's out there, Codsworth. I need to find him.
What about Concord, Mum? Have you people there? Last I checked, they only pummeled me with sticks a few times before I had to run back home.
Thanks for your help, Codsworth.
Good luck, Mum. You'll find young Sean. I know you will. I shall remain here and secure the home front.
Alright, so we have to go to Concord next, which is right down the road. But first, let's do a bit of looting. But yeah, as I was saying, that's another mechanic that they changed with Fallout 4, was which VATS button interacts with VATS. Because basically, yeah, in earlier games, it would have been this button, but they changed that to melee, and it also doubles as your throwables, like grenades and stuff. So, yeah. Anyway. Let's just do a little bit of looting before we go. Oh, flip lighters are super valuable. They got oil and everything. Oh, hell yeah. But yeah, I'm not gonna be able to remember off the top of my head everything that's useful. Granted, when we are doing like proper when we're doing proper base building and stuff, I might as well just grab everything because I can just shove it in like the storage. But for the time being, I'm not gonna grab too much stuff because I don't want to weigh myself down too much. There's some .38 ammo and suspenders and slacks. Let me just see what those do. So they boost endurance by 2, and I am currently wearing some damage resistance and energy. Well, it's radiation and energy resistance, which isn't nothing, but it's not that great either. Actually, maybe those suspenders and slacks could be better to wear. Also, isn't one of the houses... Is it this house? Maybe it was this house. Here it is, a cellar. One of these people was kind of prepared for the bombs to drop, and he also, or they, I don't know if we know their gender, they were also not, either they weren't accepted into Vault 111 or they weren't expecting to be, so they kind of set up shop down here. Aluminum cans, I remember being at least kind of useful. And pre-war money is really never reason not to take that, because it weighs nothing and it's just free whatever. Sure, I'll take all that stuff. That looks vaguely useful. We got some ammo. Gold bars are nice. Used oil can. And one more gold bar. And a safe that we will not be able to pick. At least not right now. But yeah, this guy had like a bomb shelter down underneath. I don't think it was quite as effective as the vaults, so I doubt he survived. But yeah, that place exists. Also, I should make a note. So this character is we're going to be going with big guns, and we are going to be playing as, like, with as much power armor as we can. That said, there's only so much of that we can do in the early game, because, yeah, ammo for our big guns, we're gonna get a big gun pretty soon, as well as power armor. However, yeah, the power armor requires fusion cores, which by the late game they'll be plentiful, but currently they're not. There's a bowler hat. I guess I'll take that, because I don't think I'm currently wearing anything on my head. But yeah, like... And here's our lockpicking minigame.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Just take basically everything. Sweet. Yeah, yeah, like, both ammo for our big guns and whatever else, yeah, ammo for our big guns and the fusion cores are not going to be like super plentiful in the early game, so we're gonna need a sidearm, which means I am going to use a pistol. Just for the sake of having a pistol. You know, the 10mm can kind of carry you into like the mid-late game. Well, not necessarily late game, but definitely mid-game. It can carry you. So I'm gonna be keeping that. This has radioactive material in it. And yeah, remember how we were looking around our house before the bomb dropped? Well, this was our house. Also, what is this? Charisma +2. I will take that just because we currently have no ways of boosting charisma. Also, let me just throw on that bowler hat. Yeah, let me just put that on, because no reason not to. It just boosts our endurance by 1. And yeah, Sean's crib.
I'm coming, sweetheart.
Now, here we are, is your special book. So before I pick this up, I need to take a quick look at where are all my stats at, and what needs to be boosted. So strength is 9 out of 10. The only thing we're gonna need 10 for is pain train, and that we're not even gonna really bother with until we have enough fusion cores to really justify wearing power armor everywhere. So we're not gonna bother with that. Perception, that can get us demo expert, but I think I remember correctly that the perception bobblehead is in Concord, so we're not gonna bother boosting that. Endurance, we're not gonna really be using any of the endurance perks, but it's always a nice thing to boost. Intelligence. So yeah, we are going to be wanting nuclear physicist. Don't really care for nerd rage. And then the other two are just dump stats, so I think it's intelligence that we boost. Well, there's a few different reasons. Number one, it just increases the amount of experience we get from going places and doing things and getting quests and stuff. Number two, it gives us immediate access to the nuclear physicist perk, which is going to be useful when we're using power armor. And yeah. Anyway, let's just... Why not? Let me just transfer all my junk. Yeah, awesome. Duct tape, let's go. Yeah, we're not gonna bother with too much of this stuff, at least not until we get back from Concord. But yeah, you know, over here in Sanctuary Hills, we do kind of have everything we need for improvements in crafting and stuff. Let's see, oil can, I'll take that. Gas canister. Ooh. Sure, I'll take that. Greaser jacket. That boosts luck. I guess we'll take it. Stim pack. Though, I don't know, like the vault jumpsuit is kind of iconic, so we might just hang on to that for a while. I'm not going to plan to change out of it just yet. Also, let's take a look at ourselves with... Oh, come on. What's the zoom out button? There's a third person button, isn't there? There it is. So yeah, here we are in our vault jumpsuit and our glasses and our bowler cap. Anyway, let's keep exploring. I'm gonna want to talk to Sean. I mean, not Sean, Codsworth. I'm gonna want to talk to Codsworth because I think we can recruit him. But at the same time, dog meat is right down the road, so maybe we don't need to recruit him. Also, just a discussion of our difficulty level. I am playing on very hard difficulty. I'm not playing on survival because that completely changes the rules. But I'm also not playing on like a lower difficulty setting. And it's not because I don't think the game would be hard enough on hard difficulty or normal. It's really just because it increases the likelihood of us, it increases the likelihood of us running into legendary enemies. And those are very important, especially because I'm going to hold myself to a rule here. Throughout the duration of this game, I am not going to allow myself to use any guaranteed spawn. I'm not gonna allow myself to use any guaranteed spawn legendary weapons. Mostly just because like there's some really good ones and it kind of takes the fun out of it in a little, like, if you acquire a guaranteed legendary weapon, it's like you've earned it, sure, but you get what I'm trying to say here is basically like the guaranteed legendaries are just like, you know where they are, you know how to get them, and all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile,
Yes.
ooh, red bandana, it's kinda doesn't do anything for us. Meanwhile, if we go with the random drop legendaries, there could be some cool stuff there, and I don't know. It's just something I want to do personally. I would say if you're gonna play the game yourself, play it your own way. If you want to get the guaranteed legendaries, because there are some very good ones, absolutely go for it. Like the liver, oh hell yeah. Like take the liver, go all at it. It's such a good gun. But yeah, for me personally, I kind of just want to see what's out there and challenge myself to use it. So here is our neighbor's house. And somewhere here, we've got a makeshift bomb. And we have a safe. Well, there goes our first bobby pin. Gonna get some money and shotgun stuff. Might as well take the table knife. And let's read the terminal. So welcome to the hacking minigame. It is the same hacking minigame as have been in the past 2 Fallout games before this one. So let's see. Slid. Well, that was it. Alright, so We're in the business of happiness. Turns out one of our neighbors was a drug dealer. So, Sanctuary Hills, Di Pietro. Totally high-strung and needs to relax. I keep telling him that, offering to help, but so far, no dice. By the looks of the guy, he's self-medicating with pie. Baker. My favorite tinfoil hat-wearing nutjob. Good for 7 ampules of day tripper a week. Guess he's a one-a-day kind of guy. Whatever helps the man groove. Rosa. Still trying to get her some buff out. Didn't expect the rationing to affect this, but it is what it is. Jahani. He wants something called Psycho. I'm not really sure the stuff even exists, and if it does, do I really want this Neanderthal using it? Guess it depends on how much he's willing to spend. I'll put up some feelers out to my army connections, see where that goes. Russell. They still owe me for that last XL delivery. Occurring to me, was it even for them? Because so help me God, if I find out they're juicing up these dogs, we're going to have words about more than the money, but we're probably beyond words anyway. I know they have a floor safe in there. I've seen it. Master bedroom, under the dresser. Can't be that tough to crack. Interesting. Is Russell non-binary? Because that entire entry there used they them pronouns for who I assume is a singular character. Concord. O'Keefe. Still good for a couple hits of Daddy-O a week. Pretentious pseudo-intellectual asshole, but his money's good. Williams. Wants medics, as much as I can get. Hasn't told me why, not really my business. Guessing there's some sort of long-term pain management going on. Disease? Anders. Kids are usually a no-go, but this girl's got style and she's not interested in getting tweaked. Ordered 20 blood packs. Some Halloween stunt or something. Or hell, maybe she's really a vampire. What do I care? She's got her daddy's money. Boston. Isaacs. Some students at CIT wants day tripper, XL, and an entire pallet, yes, pallet of mentats. Not sure if he's doing crazy experiments, dealing to the other eggheads, or on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Don't care so long as the money's good. Ward. Young married couple, good for a couple day tripper per week. Easy order, cool people, no brainer. McDermott. Cop. Long time buff out customer. Running into supply problems. We've had a good thing for years. I'd hate to end it now. And I don't exactly want to risk him getting all noble and law-abiding if he can't get what he wants. That would end very badly for me. Sapolsky. The old lady has upped her daddy-o order. Weird, but profitable. And miscellaneous. Malcolm. Potentially new customer in Charleston. Wants medics. Seems oddly desperate. Might be a cop trying too hard. Need to move slowly. Duchenne's. Underwear model from Braintree. Beautiful, intellectual, totally weird. All she's ever wanted is Stimpaks. 10 or more a week. My imagination continues to run wild. So yeah, there we go. One of our neighbors was in fact a drug dealer. Ooh. We got a filter coming in. We have a rad storm. This is our first rad storm. Yeah, this is another thing that got added to the game. Basically, yeah, the deal with rad storms is they come in from the, I can't remember what the location is called. I want to say the glowing waste. I know that's not right though. But yeah, basically they blow in from ground zero of the bomb. The glowing sea? Was that it? The glowing sea? Maybe. But yeah. These rad storms, nothing too much to worry about, at least not early on. You get a little bit of rads, but they're just fine. The only time you really have to worry about rad storms is if you're in survival mode, because those can give you illnesses and they really suck. Alright, let's see, anything else not nailed down? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Let's do a bit of cooking. Just because we can. And because it's worth XP. Well, it's worth XP, and it's also just like fairly valuable. Like, these are actual healing items. Hang on, going to aid. Yeah, grilled rad roach, 30 HP. And what was the other thing we made? Baked bloatfly, HP 40, and rad resistance 20. Yeah, so cooking random meat you find is not a bad idea. Oh, and we've also got our level up. Let's not forget to use that. So, what is our first level up gonna be? What's our first most important perk? I mean, there's a few. If we are gonna do heavy guns, we want heavy gunner. But we don't have a heavy gun yet, and I don't know how much we'll be using a heavy gun until at least level like 3 or 4. Getting blacksmith or armor, actually it wouldn't be blacksmith, yeah, it'd just be armor. Getting armor up wouldn't be bad. And then as for perception, I would love to have demo expert, but we don't have the perception level for that yet. And then as for intelligence, medic would be nice. Gun nut is kind of essential. Hacker would be good. Science might be interesting. And nuclear physicist. You know what? I'm gonna take nuclear physicist just because I know right off the bat, like, we're gonna be getting, like, right off the bat, we are going to be getting ourselves a guaranteed what do you call it? A guaranteed the words escape. My brain is a little bit numb right now. Yeah, we'll be getting a guaranteed fusion core with our power armor. So, yeah. Also, drifter outfit. You know what? Sure. And a short double barrel shotgun, which... that's not terrible. The problem with it is that it's a shotgun, and like... so I mentioned needing a sidearm because when using big guns, especially early on, we're not gonna have the ammo to use the big guns that we have. With the exception of... so, yeah, like... we're not necessarily gonna have the ammo to use the big guns, even though that is kind of our primary... what is going on down there? You doing okay there, physics object? Yeah, even though that's what our main deal is gonna be, we can't really rely on them too much, especially in the early games, so we're gonna need a sidearm. However, the sidearm needs to be something light, something that doesn't weigh too much, and that will be a pistol. We're not going to invest too heavily in pistols, but just having it at all would be a good thing, and that's what we're doing. We're just going to have a pistol. Shotgun would be really nice, and it would fit well with our like character build and whatnot. However, those can be heavy, and pistols aren't gonna be as heavy. Anyway.
Hey boy, what are you doing out here by yourself?
It's dog meat.
You seem like an okay guy. Okay then, let's stick together.
And say hello to dog meat. Right now, he's just known as Dog. You found something? What'd you find, boy? Whoa, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Can I not pet?
How you doing, buddy?
Do you have any tricks?
Hey boy, you know any tricks?
He's a good boy. Why is there no pet button? There needs to be a pet button. Anyway, we're about to fight some mole rats here real quick. Not sure what exactly triggers them to spawn in, but it's gonna happen soon. I don't think I need either of those. I'll take that stim pack. Oh, here come the mole rats. Hello. Now, I do have something to say, which is Fallout 4 gets a lot of criticism of like fans of the previous games, like thinking New Vegas and even Fallout 3. You know, like it takes away skill points, it does a lot of different things that people weren't very fond of in the decision-making process for making this game. One thing it does do really well that I don't think anyone can reasonably argue against is it really increased how interesting combat is. Because think back to the old Fallout games. Well, not the old ones, but you know, the old 3D ones. So like New Vegas and New Vegas and 3. In both those games, enemies basically, you know, unless they had a gun, they were just gonna kind of shamble up to you and yeah, they just kind of shamble up to you and that would be that. I think I might have forgot the Grognak thingy back home, but this is still fine. We're not gonna need it just yet anyway. But yeah, like melee enemies, that is pretty much every single enemy type that happens to be like basically every enemy type that you run out into the wild, they just shamble towards you until they get into melee range and then they attack. And that is how every single fight went with every single enemy. That changed with Fallout 4. So you see mole rats, instead of just shambling towards you, will actually like burrow underground and pop back up. And I think, and they do that for a lot of different enemies. Like a lot of different enemies just got upgrades by virtue of this game existing. Anyway, let's read this terminal. Business entries. New equipment installed. Took some wrangling with the head office, but we finally got all the tools we need to machine out our parts. To machine our own parts. No more having to pay for Corvega factory parts the next time they change the spec on a damn fastener. Just take one we got and trim the excess down until it fits. Rosa Restoration. That Rosa widow in Sanctuary Hills is restoring an old classic Corvega with her son. Nice woman. Pretty. Kid seems kinda like a brat, but I guess that's the point of her doing this project with him. Anyway, she's been doing a hell of a job. I was amazed at how much her and the kid have been able to do on their own. The only reason she ever came to me is because the engine is out of her depth. I'm sure we can help her out. Safe storage. Jim, take care of those barrels before you leave tonight. Inspectors are coming first thing in the morning. Just hide them with the others. We'll figure out a longer term solution later. Hey, if nature's going to favor us with the cave right below the shop, who am I to argue? October service logs. Friday, October 1st. Replace the brakes in 2075 Fusion Flea Supreme. October 6th. Monthly service on the Vault-Tec van. No major issues with the vehicle, but that rep is an uppity asshole. October 14th. Began work on a late model motorcycle, pre-atomic. What seemed to be simply a sticky throttle turned out to be a more serious issue with the cables. They're almost all completely degraded. We'll replace with platinum parts. October 18th. Coolant leak in one of the new 2077 Corvega coups. Bubble top. They don't make them like they used to. And then the 22nd, the day before the bombs dropped. Replace the atomic alternator in a 2073 Corvega. So yeah, but there are... Yeah, I'm glad I read that because it reminded me that there is, in fact, also might as well take the workshop. Yay, this place is now mine. That reminds me that there is actually something down below. Now it is very irradiated, so you do have to be careful. But it exists, so sure, let's grab ourselves. Yeah, let's just head inside the mole rat den. And I cannot see shit. Good thing you get a Pip-Boy light. Alright, mole rats, what do you got? Also, let's set... Yeah, let's set ourselves some weapons as throwables. Down goes the first mole rat, and yeah, come on out, buddy. There you are. I'll take all your mole rat meat. Now, some of these things like brain fungus and whatnot, they have a purpose. I can't remember off the top of my head what we potentially need them for. Coolant could be useful, probably. Let's see. Ah, there's a rabid mole rat. This one's gonna be a bit tough, actually. You know what? We're gonna use our crit on it as soon as it appears. Alright, successful crit. And there's the rabid mole rat taken care of. Alright, here's the safe that we were told about. And it's got some useful stuff. Ooh, frag mine, Molotov, toothpaste, wonder glue. Alright, sweet. Now there's still right over here. Okay, so we got a melon and some good stuff. Ooh, glow-sighted heavy 10mm. That is just a strict upgrade from what we currently have. Also, I will take that melon because I forget that when when you're dealing with settlements, you're gonna be wanting, as many, like, plants and stuff that you can plant. Alright, let's pop some Radix because this is a little bit irradiated. Mr. Benson, on behalf of the Boston Regional Office, I would like to congratulate you and your team on winning the 2076 Trash Busters Award for the greatest year-to-year waste reduction by a single store. Respect for the environment is an integral part of our corporate image, and we appreciate your innovative efforts in this regard. Sincerely, Jared Phillips, Vice President, Boston Region. So yeah, these guys here that were running this truck stop got commended for, you know, being very environmentally friendly, and it turns out they were dumping their nuclear waste in this tunnel out, hidden away from everyone else. So maybe they weren't as environmentally friendly as we gave them credit. Anyway, let's head out into the open. And I think right around here... Oh. What'd you find, buddy? What is it? What'd you find? I mean, sure, I'll take that if that's what you want. I guess I'll take the rest of it too. You're a good boy. Alright. Now, right down here are, I believe, some, yep, blood bugs. These are essentially giant mutated radioactive what's the word? Mosquitoes. Yeah. Ugh. Not a huge fan of them. Dog meat probably took care of the other one. We are still in caution though, so maybe not. Maybe it just flew away. Anyway, I'm sure there's a lot of loot in all these buildings. Yeah, there's probably a lot of loot in all these buildings, but I'm gonna leave it off here. I think I'm gonna do like the looting by myself, although speaking of loot, let me remember to switch over to this, which is just a better, yeah, let's favorite it right there. Awesome. Nice. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of looting off stream. Not off stream, off video, off screen. Just because I don't want to take up too much of our limited time just looting and stuff. I don't think that's particularly interesting. If I run into anything interesting, I'll try to make a note of it and mention it next time I do a video. But for the most part, yeah, I don't know, I just... Because these videos are only supposed to be like within the 1 hour range, I don't want to take up too much time looting, if you catch my drift. If you disagree and you actually do want to see me doing all the looting and whatnot, please post in the comments. I will read them and I will do whatever most people seem interested in. If you actually are interested in seeing me go house to house and loot everything, yeah. In fact, you know what? Here's... I'm gonna do it the other way. I'm gonna say I will do all the looting on video unless people want me not to. That's what I'm gonna say, because I don't actually remember off the top of my head most of these buildings, and I'm pretty sure in some of them are some interesting things like terminals and whatnot that have more lore. So generally speaking, yeah, there's probably like, yeah, there's probably some interesting stuff dotted here and about in these different buildings. So I'm gonna actually say I will loot on video unless you don't want me to. So write in the comments how you feel about that. And with that said, thank you all so much for watching. Check down in the description for my links. You can find my card, and you can also find a link to the playlist for this entire series. And I'm sorry, I feel like this series is going very slowly because we still haven't made it to Concord and we're already at the end of episode 2. This is just kind of how I play the game. I'm sorry it's taking so long. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying it, and if you are, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you want to get notified whenever I upload videos. So any sort of help is very much appreciated, and any ways that you want to support me financially, you can do so either through subbing me on Twitch or leaving a tip through Stream Elements. With all that said, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye!